Oh. Oh, what's wrong, Lou? Oh, Lou liked that. Overall, not looking too happy though. Would you like to play a little bit? Since I always neglect you. Do you feel neglected? No! I want to keep doing it. Because I gotta keep holding it instead of just pressing it. And I keep forgetting about that. Hey, what the heck? I'm holding it!
It's okay. It's alright.
Lou was probably really scared from being in the volcano pit for so long.
Everything's okay.
Every single bubble is a heart. You really like me. Oh, look at all those thumbs up. They look even happier than before, I feel like. Before they went for the memory wipe. Okay, that's enough. Enough fun for you. Well. Bot orders first. Mobile carbon exoskeleton parts, roboticist. Devices for molecular analysis, geologist. We're going back right now. Live fish, time sensitive. Let's have the bot do these two. Yeah, the live fish one, I know we're going back to Heartman anyway, but I don't want to do another time-sensitive one right now. Just have the bot do it.
Deploying autonomous delivery bot.
How close are we to Heartman anyway? Can we make a zipline directly going back, or should I go back to the geologist first? Looking around here, people have definitely started planting zip lines. Oh, you're not that far away from Heartman. No. But there's a gigantic hill over here. That's the main trouble. Oh, I thought I saw that this chunk was not part of the network earlier, but it's just that there was nothing there. Okay. All this time, the novelist's son still doesn't want to connect to me. And we don't know who's here. We don't know who's here. But other than that, all that's left is this big chunk. And then maybe we'll be going somewhere else. Where am I? Here. Yeah. What? Wait, there's mules here? Oh. How do I know about that? Maybe I scanned the area when I was back in the volcano pit? Okay. Well, anyway, if I want to go back to Heartman or the geologist, yeah, I can probably make a zipline network going this way, but I think probably linking back to the geologist is a better plan. So in order for me to go back to the paleontologist, the last one that we had was around here, I think. Oh, this is new, isn't it? Does that one connect to this one? Would be nice if it does. Okay. I guess I'll just accept the Heartman delivery right now. We don't have an order for Sam because Heartman just wants me to go back. I don't have to bring anything back for him. And we'll accept this one because we're here anyway. The grenade launcher. A revolver-style grenade launcher fires grenades whose effects are triggered on impact. Loaded with 4 types of ammo, anti-BT hematic rounds, lethal grenade rounds, slip rounds, and non-lethal tranquilizer rounds. What are slip rounds? They don't really explain it here. Sounds intense, and it only uses special alloys. That's kind of interesting. Do I want to make one right this moment? I think we'll be fine for now. Oops, I pressed back. Speaking of which, we need to make sure that we have PCCs. We have 2. That should be enough to bring us back. Analytical device.
Order assigned.
Okay. Now we know that there's sort of one in the distance. We know that there is one zipline in the distance there. If I can connect to it from around here, that would be the most excellent. From here. Oh? Oh! Okay, there's one there too. That's the one that sort of semi goes back to Heartman. And by semi, I mean like not really, but it's headed in that direction. Not the one we really want to connect to, but of course, as always, would be nice if we can. That's the one I want to connect to. That one right there. Oh, can I possibly get them both? Maybe. Seems like it's gonna be a stretch though. Hold on. What kind of obstacle are you talking about? There's no obstacle here. Oh, no way, no way. Can we do it? Oh, but we're also getting to the point where I can't really see the zip line. Ah, come on! No, there's gotta be a spot for this. There's gotta be. I found it! Lovely! Took a little bit of walking around, but in the end, on top of some rock was really the way to go. Which means I should be collecting this cargo now, right? Thank you.
Construction complete.
Oh, this is amazing. I'm so happy about this. 300. And then this side is 281. Not bad at all, huh? Oh, but the one thing is, I never confirmed that this one connects to the other one that we used before too. I hope it does. If it doesn't, then we'll make it connect. Oh, it doesn't. Spent all of that time, but I'm still missing a little bit here. That's okay. I can probably climb up on that hill and make it all okay, I'm hoping. But over on that side... Yes, I think I see it already. In the distance, there's some mule stuff. That's currently an area that we don't know anything about. It's off the network, so we don't worry about it then. Now, I'm gonna get off here and focus on connecting it back with the paleontologist. So this was here. I'm not sure where the other zipline is from here, but I think climbing up is probably my way to do this. Because now the trouble for this one is not distance, it's elevation. Again. Let me try to feel out where it is. Steep slope. Oh, this one might be, might be a little bit too far for us to see it. Yeah, it's like completely on the other side of the hill. I gotta get closer first. And just to make sure, we are walking the right way, right? That's the paleontologist. And I was so happy about getting that zipline too. It's still a good thing that we did. Again, not everything has to be connected. As long as little bits here and there are connected, that'll make it a lot easier for me already. Sometimes I feel like I'm so overly reliant on ziplines that if we get to a point where we can't really use them, what am I gonna do? I got no clue. Where are you now? Right, so you're really close now, and the distance is okay. It's okay. Just to have a look here. It's this one. And then this one connects back to... I think it's this one. Which is right outside the paleontologist, right? Or, hold on. No, it connects to this one. And then these two don't connect. That's the one at the bottom of the slope. With a lot of likes. A shame. These two not connecting is a shame. We might be able to do it if we go around here, I'm guessing? Because then you would probably be able to see it from both sides. But since we're here right now already, I don't think we need to worry about this. Unless if we're going back to the Evo Devil biologist. Yeah, I mean I could build it right now, but I'll save it for next time, if we ever come back here. It's just that this one, I didn't build it. It's in a bit of a weird spot where, over on that side, you got this really good view. But if you look at it from this side, it's completely blocked by the mountain right behind it. A shame, but we'll live. Do you like that, Lou? Got a big long zipline here. Thank you. Did you have any orders for me that you wanted me to take to the geologist? I'm going back there right now. I can definitely do that for you. Lost cargo? Ancient bacteria samples. That's right, I got this for you. Have it.
Delivering cargo.
Still alive and kicking, I see. You are incredible, Sam. A real trooper. Thank you for everything.
I'm never not gonna be alive and kicking because I'm a repatriate. Speaking of repatriates, Heartman is a repatriate. Yeah, that's a really big one that I completely forgot about. Of course, with him looking for his wife and kid every single time he dies. When he finds his wife and kid, I forgot if he mentioned it specifically, but if he does, how is he gonna be able to not come back? Is that something that he can control too? Because I thought the revival was a pretty automatic process. Like when Sam dies, he doesn't really get a choice in coming back or not. But Heartman, I guess he might be able to do more with his heart condition. Maybe stop the resuscitation devices.
I'll be sure to call on you again.
Good work. New order available. Please act.
Okay. Geologist? Hey, what's this one? Supply request.
Ah, a supply request. Up for taking care of it? Thanks, Sam. And we could use more people like you.
Where do you want me to bring it to? Supply request standard order. Requests made by other players for weapons or equipment to be delivered to a specific location. You want me to bring it to your safe house? How close are you to the geologist? Right next to him. Sure. I actually have an extra one. This is perfect. Wait, now you want me to bring the octopus back to Heartman? You've got to be kidding me. Okay, I'll do it. I'll do it. And I'll do this one too. Is that gonna be too much? We have the zipline. Should be fine. Is this the same octopus that I just gave you? I wonder. Don't think we need anything? Rubble samples. Okay, just to make sure, I do have 2 masks on me, right? There's one on my suit. And then... what happened to my other mask? Did I leave it in the private locker? I'll check.
Order assigned.
No. What did I do with it? Because I'm pretty sure I had 2 before. Analytical device. Oxygen mask. I can just give the guy the one I have right now. Because I do feel like if we ever get into an area where we need the mask, they're not going to be so cruel to not give me a chance to craft one. So I can just give him the one I have right now. Am I okay with that? It seems a little bit sketchy. Making one doesn't cost too much, right? Actually, what I can do is maybe steal one from here. Because I'm sure somebody has dropped one here, right? That's a lot of lost cargo. Yeah, look at that. I'll give them this one then. Thank you. And is there anything I can donate in return? As a gift? The thermal pads, maybe? You can have my... you can have my level 3 Bridges boots that are 87% done. That's kind of rude. No, I'll give you a... how about... I will give you a... what do I want to give you? The sticky gun? Well, yeah, okay. Why don't I give you a sticky gun then? I'll make one on my own later on. Because right now, I feel like I'm not gonna get a chance to use it. Yeah, that's fine. We should be fine. If I'm delivering the oxygen mask to a person's safe house, does that mean that that person is the person requesting materials from me? Or is it just that we're both seeing that safe house in our world? I'm not really sure. Thank you for the encouragement. Oh my god! Cargo for delivery! Oh, shoot! Shoot! I'm wearing the thermal pads right now, and it's damaging the octopus. The cargo itself is damaged. Oh my god. I gotta carry it on my back. The thermal pads were what I should have donated away to the locker. Goodness. But I think it's also partially because it's not snowing here right now. Well, that changed immediately. That's good for the octopus. Hey, one of the other trucks disappeared. Oh my gosh, why are you still... What do you want me to do? I'm already standing in the snow. I can't do any more for you. Whoa, that one was like 3 hands. 100 CG. Whenever we do a chilled delivery, it's so crazy because we have to worry about it not being cold enough, but at the same time, I'm also getting really cold. Oh! Is that the thermal pad on my thigh? Hold on. I took it off earlier, but did I put it on my thigh? Yeah, because I think the octopus is dying right now. Yes, look at that! No, I didn't do it properly earlier. Oh, it's because auto-arranging it. Put it back on my suit again. That's what happened. I gotta stop that. Oh dear. Okay, well, what can I put on my suit? The ladder? Okay, whatever. We'll continue like this then. Hopefully the octopus is feeling a little bit better now. Ish. Oh, yeah, I think it is because the frost is settling on my suit again.
There we go.
Good, good. This one's going to Heartman, and you know the guy just can't handle anything but perfects. So we gotta try our best for him. Geologist. At Heartman's lab, I'm pretty sure we still have a partial delivery for the geologist, but I'm not gonna worry too much about that for now because there's way too many deliveries that we're trying to do at the same time. And we also gotta remember to drop by that safe house to drop off the oxygen mask. Alright. You know, you guys don't live that far apart. I feel like you guys should live together just to maximize efficiency and all that. Of course, nobody's ever gonna listen to me. Have all of it. Devices for molecular analysis. Corallium ore samples, rubble sample near the tar belt.
Delivering cargo.
Our mission right now is to expand the network and cross the tar belt. Where is the tar belt specifically?
Good to see you. The cargo's in excellent condition. Thank you very much.
You're very welcome. Yeah. Mars Red. I've been worrying about the bandwidth limit, but so far, since we've been pretty diligently doing all the deliveries, I guess, it hasn't really been even close to becoming a problem. Good. Wow, 4 point whatever with this guy already. That one was a B.
Tell me, do you have any use for this? If so, it's yours.
Ceramics. High density ceramics. Sorry, that's kind of useless for me. Do you mind if I just put it in the locker right now? Can we keep it in the cargo shelf? No, because we can't get out of here unless we do something about this. Okay, put it on my back then.
Alright, best get back to work. Good luck out there, Sam.
Yeah, cool.
Good work. New order available. Please.
If you have anything for Heartman, I'll take it back right now too. Timefall Farm. Roboticist, paleontologist, beach-related art. Oh, I got a C on this one last time because, yeah, that was the one where we were still trying to build the zipline. We can try doing it again, but even before that, let's put in the ceramics. This is nice, but I don't think it's all that practical. Especially because we don't have any use for ceramics here, right? The main use would be roads. Ooh, the octopus is really not looking so hot here. Actually, that's exactly the problem. It's a little bit too hot. Okay. I'll take this one too. Premium. 2 or more. It's fairly light. 30 kilograms of art? Okay, whatever you say, man.
Order assigned.
We also have one more delivery here. The oxygen mask. What's happening here then? This guy, instead of making his own oxygen mask, he's just waiting for me the whole time. Oh no! Frick! Auto-arranging the cargo made me equip the thermal pad again. Oh my gosh. I gotta stop doing that. Ah! Okay. I don't think it's this person requesting it from me. Because this person has 103 legend deliveries. Probably a seasoned player. Actually, I feel like anybody who's at this point in the game is probably a seasoned player. So far, I've spent like 60 hours in this already. I'm not saying I'm a good player, but by this point, we should know the, you know, the basics at least.
Delivering cargo.
There you go. 55 likes for this? That's kind of crummy. Okay, well, whatever. 55 is like worse than picking up lost cargo. It's kind of sad when you think about it, but hey, we don't do this for the likes, okay? Forget about the oxytocin and the Mikkelsen. We do this because we want to help people. Something, something. Oh, this is so hard to juggle now because the paintings are being destroyed by the cold, but the octopus is being destroyed by the heat. All in all, I think the best plan for me is really just to be faster about this. Gotta get back to that zipline. Oh, I love this. You can see the rope imprints in the snow.
You know what to do, Sam.
Yeah, we'll be fine. The painting will be fine in the cold. The container will break, but the cargo itself should be okay. Whereas the octopus, if it's hot, then both the container and the octopus itself gets harmed. Something to be mindful of. You know, I never really looked at the buildings over here that carefully. Just scanning it doesn't seem like there was anything that interesting. And I've never gotten a chance to look at it because it's always been snowing and all blizzardy. Don't really got time to dawdle around. This way. A lot of chiralium. But there's no memory chip. Ah, it's the sound of the falling rocks. The chiral network connects people, past and present. It's been a while since anybody emailed me.
Beginning scan. Scanning bridges ID. Verifying ID. Clear. Weapons detected.
Oh, that's mine. Nobody liked it yet. That's sad. What about that ladder? Oh, roughly the same amount of likes. I was gonna be angry if it had like 1,000 likes. Now we're back in here. The spiritualist. How are you, Sam? In good health and good spirits, I hope? I have to say, the chiral network is quite impressive. Ever since you hooked the shelter up, my life has been much more exciting. I've been able to procure all sorts of goods that I had never seen before, and I've noticed quite a number of new structures going up nearby as well. I should also mention that I managed to unearth some old research data that may offer some insight into some of the more unusual phenomena you might have experienced firsthand. I'm sure you have a vivid recollection of your many experiences in the same, but it turns out that the person wandering around it that you may have identified as yourself may not be you at all, but someone else entirely. You see, while everyone's beach belongs to them and them alone, the seam is an altogether different beast. I've read about people who have had near-death experiences that involve the same. When they came across this someone else there, they found themselves somehow saved by them in the real world. They'd even received care packages and the like in some instances. Remarkable, you'd agree. You might even say that the chiral networks bridge the gap between this world and that in more ways than we realized. Now, I still don't know who this someone else actually is. The fact that they're in the seam, though, would suggest that it's someone who's died, wouldn't it? Someone from the past? So in essence, the past is intervening to keep the present alive. It's comforting to think that it's not just BTs and other scary stuff that comes over from the other side. Maybe the chiral network can help us reconnect with more benevolent beings and positive forces from the past as well. If I may, Sam, I don't suppose you could keep an eye for this mysterious someone from the past the next time you visit the seam, could you? I mean, sure, but I really hope I don't go to the seam again. Someone else. Do you mean like the other players? Because we've seen ourselves, but also other players. Well, I'll keep an eye on it. Care packages. Whenever we touch someone else in the seam, we make a strand contract with them, and then when we get back to the real world, we see their cargo, the lost cargo, that we can bring to a terminal. By the way, the spiritualist. I think the first time I saw you, I made a mention that you looked kind of familiar. And the reason was because you're the cosplayer's twin? Was it? I'm trying to find an email from the cosplayer so we can confirm here. Did I miss them? Because I feel like we're going really far back now. Look at all these dates, though, on the side. That's how long I've been playing this, my goodness. Because the cosplayer mentioned before that she had a twin. Yeah, in the mountains. But then the twin never mentioned anything about the cosplayer. So probably one twin likes the other one more than vice versa. Okay, beach-related art should be an S this time. Chilled delivery, supposedly extinct octopus.
Delivering cargo. Delivery complete. Displaying performance evaluation.
Hey, we're pretty close to 5 stars with Heartman too. Yeah. Good enough for you? Oh, freaking heck, the thermal pad ruined me. That sucks. What about the paintings? Good, there we go. That's more like it. And then... Oh, this is the bot. Okay. It's like 90% ruined. Can't blame him for being mad.
Thank you for your continued support. Good work. New order available. Please access delivery terminal for further information.
They want me to walk back into his lab. I don't have a chill delivery on me anymore. Can I put back the thermal pad on? Meanwhile... Why don't you... I don't know, go send some coffee to the roboticist. Living tissue samples from mutated organisms. Rare fossils. Well, the lowest percentage one is this one. But the roboticist, we already have 5 stars. Well, actually, I don't have to think about the stars because I don't think the bot deliveries give any stars. They don't contribute to the meter at all, so it doesn't really matter. Well, just send some rare fossils over then. Whatever. How would that thing even attach itself to ziplines? I assume they use them, but I'm not sure how they would do it. They don't have any hooks. I have a feeling that we're getting into a big story thing if we go talk to Heartman here. So I'm just trying to make sure that we're okay. But we don't know what we're facing against, so it's not really possible for me to prepare that well. At the very minimum, I can make an extra pair of boots. That's always going to be useful. And the grenade launcher. I mean, we can try making one. Just seems kind of destructive, though. I mean, for the sake of having one, maybe. But at the same time, if we make something we don't use, then it's just gonna rot away in the snow. Which is fine, because they don't cost too much anyway. Especially special alloys. It's not really a material I use that often. Okay. Alright. Hello, Heartman, my man. Have you missed me? Don't touch it. You're gonna break it.
Thank you, Sam. In reclaiming our past, we've uncovered a number of vital clues. Don't worry, I just got back. We have time. When you met with Mama, you experienced a strong antigen-antibody reaction, correct?
There was a BT in the room.
There was, but something else may have been causing it. I've discovered large quantities of chiral matter in Mama as well. Not just the usual kind that collects on our skin or on our suits. It's in all her cells. Cells that are no longer active. The BT you encountered there was special. It was her child, but also her own soul. Somehow, her car and half failed to separate. They must have remained connected through the umbilical cord. It's the only explanation.
Is that why I didn't get a bruise where she touched me?
Yes, and there's more.
10 seconds to cardiac arrest.
What?
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
I modified the log times. Headquarters will have no record of what we say.
Oh.
Look, a message from Deadman. It came with the umbilical cord.
Sam, I'm sorry. You deserve to know what you were carrying. But I couldn't risk Heartman finding out about the case. So I had no choice but to keep it off the books. You've got to keep this between us. We still don't know if the director can be trusted. The umbilical cord was taken from Bridget's strand. I removed it in secret.
What?
The cord wasn't attached to a fetus. It was outside her body. She asked me to take care of it. Said it was the key to unlocking the Death Stranding. But she insisted that I never tell the director. The cord shows no sign of decomposition or necrotization. almost as if it's frozen in time. I thought Heartman might be able to make sense of it, so I had it hidden with your cargo at Mountain Knot City.
Deadman's observations were accurate. It's just like Mama's corpse.
What do you mean?
I mean, they share a very unique property. Both contain large amounts of chiralium in their cells. In other words, the president's cord was somehow connected to the beach, and that allowed it to escape the flow of time. I've put together the bones of a theory. It's patchy, but worth sharing, I think. Life on Earth has been rocked by many extinctions, great and small, including the Big Five. And if you examine the Earth's strata, its history, if you will, you'll find chiralium deposits that can be dated to each. What if the manifestation of beaches and other associated phenomena correspond to extinction-level events?
You mean?
Yes. Our Death Stranding could just be the latest of many. The records and research you helped us to recover strongly suggest that we are in the middle of the 6th extinction.
6th extinction? Come on.
You know what this is, yes?
A frozen mammoth from 10,000 years ago.
Correct. And this?
The Iceman from 5,300 years ago.
Well learned.
They both have the same umbilical cords.
What?
Bullshit.
Humor me. What if the mammoth and the Iceman weren't frozen?
You're saying time stopped for them just like it did for Mama?
Unfortunately, all these specimens were lost in the Death Stranding, so there's no way to examine the genuine articles, but some fragments of data did survive. With the aid of the chiral network, we may be able to piece together something more concrete using Evo-Devo tech. All right, how's this? A dinosaur from 65.5 million years ago. Umbilical cord, not decomposed.
Only mammals have umbilical cords.
No, only mammals have umbilical cords used for childbirth. This is something else. Call it a strand from the other side. I propose that mammalian umbilici are a sort of mimesis of the strand that then evolved over time. We shouldn't assume that everything about a Death Stranding is detrimental to life. Trilobites, ammonites, dinosaurs, the mammoth, the Iceman, all preserved as if frozen in time, all, without exception, found with strands, which is to say that all may have been connected to the beach. And this, when viewed in the context of the extinction entity, EE theory, leads me to surmise that organisms with strands are in fact extinction entities. You see, Sam, EEs are connected to the beach via their strands. And it is through this connection that they somehow bring about a Death Stranding.
So you're saying Bridget was an extinction entity?
It's far too soon to say anything for certain. And since you burned her body, we may never know.
Higgs said Amelie's an EE, that she doesn't have dooms like the rest of us.
Sam, think. Assume that President Strand was an EE. Isn't it possible that her daughter is too?
What about me?
At the very least, Higgs may hope as much now that the president is unavailable.
So he kidnaps her for EE powers or whatever to cause a mass extinction.
Perhaps. Perhaps not. I doubt a single EE is powerful enough to cause a Death Stranding, assuming Amelie is an EE.
Well, Higgs sure thinks she's got what it takes.
Indeed. and we need to get her back as soon as possible.
1 minute remaining. Please hold on to something secure.
Ah, this one is real. Sam, go west.
How do you want me to handle Hardman?
With your customary reserve. Nothing good will come of him learning of our suspicions. Whatever else is going on, we still need the chiral network.
All right.
Activating lab security measures.
Love you too.
4, 3, 2, 1.
I love it when he does that. A lot of information here. Before taking on a new order, why don't we go to a safe house? Because I'm pretty sure there's one around here. And... oh my god! Taku, thank you, man! Give me 380 likes for one sign. Whatever the sign was. Can we ever find out, I wonder? Is there a safe house around here? I want to go in so we can do some reading and try to think about what we just heard in the lab. The definition of an extinction entity. There's one there. Earlier, we learned about extinction factors, and that's... if we're talking about genes, it's a gene that leads to maybe a species being phased out, I guess. So an extinction entity seems to be somebody who has the ability to bring out a extinction event. And... I'm trying to synthesize all the information we learned there just now, but I'm like drawing a blank. Extinction entities have umbilical cords. And of course, umbilical cords represent connections between what? Between people? Between a mother and a child? Between me and BB? Between Mama and her child? But also between humans and the other world on the other side. If it's like what Heartman says, entities with umbilical cords stay frozen in time, then does that mean that if Bridget hadn't given her umbilical cord over, then her body wouldn't have necrotized, just like Mama? But Bridget also seems to know more because she knew exactly that the umbilical cord would let us learn more about this. There's a lot going on. Oh.
Good morning, Sam. Blood collection complete. Thank you for your generosity.
I'm not gonna be like Heartman. Dear Sam, I've made a full recovery thanks to you, and have been able to push on with my research. I've also come to an important realization. Basic science alone won't unlock the mysteries of the Death Stranding. No. What we're dealing with requires something special. A kind of genius. You know what I'm talking about, right? Heartman. He's the most brilliant mind of his generation. And what's more, he has dooms. Oh, so Heartman's the same as me then. Repatriate and dooms. Not that long ago, and this is just between ourselves, I wanted to be just like him. Not anymore though. Not after that bout of chiral contamination. Now, not only do I know I could never be like him, I'm actually glad I'm not. I couldn't take it. I couldn't deal with the nightmares, with having death as my constant companion. Fate might have been kind to him in some ways, but in others, well, now I know that he suffers, let's just say that. His suffering's your burden too, I know that. But listen, if there's anything I can do to make life easier for any of you, let me know. I understand I'm never going to be the genius who cracks the Death Stranding, but I'm not useless either. I'm here to help. This was the guy who, initially, when we went to him, he needed medicine because he was exposed to too much chiralium and he was getting nightmares from it. Well, they do call people who have dooms sufferers, not dooms ability havers. So it is most definitely a curse. But it's also all about looking on the bright side. Just like Heartman says, maybe don't assume right off the bat that the Death Stranding is something that is all horrible. Interview with the Evo Devil biologist. I was born after the Death Stranding, so my conception of what the world once was is derived entirely from documents, photographs, and video. We didn't used to have timefall for one, just regular rain, no chiral clouds, only the traditional masses of suspended moisture, and one certainly didn't have to worry about tar bubbling up from underground in most locales. Humans could travel anywhere, even into space, and we were blissfully unaware of the beach's existence. Suffice it to say, there is no doubt that this is a period of sweeping change that will have lasting repercussions for all life on Earth. Given that, dooms may simply be humanity's way of trying to adapt and survive. A beach exists within the consciousness of every individual, but these environmental changes, they affect all life on a genetic level, do they not? That is why I thought to investigate them, and the medium through which I chose to do so is the tar, which has become so ubiquitous. But you're not interested in that, I'm sure. So you know, there is a very real possibility that we have already failed to adapt to the 6th extinction. That we are but another evolutionary dead end, soon to be left behind. If that's the case, then it could be reason that the ones afflicted with dooms... Oh, shoot! If that is the case, then it could be reason that the ones afflicted with dooms, and therefore blessed with an enhanced perception of the beach, are our successors who will survive and supplant us. I suppose that would be a shame, but it doesn't trouble me all that much. My research will survive me as well, and the doomed sufferers can pick up off where I left off. They will carry on my genetic lineage too, for that matter. No, what worries me is that not even dooms will prove sufficient to endure this extinction. If that is the case, then humanity is doomed. Ha ha ha. It's certainly a possibility that we have to acknowledge. But more than that, one question looms above all. Why? Why now? Why like this? That's what I want to know more than anything. Somehow, I doubt the dinosaurs and all the other species that came and went ever considered that question. Worrying over the reason for this and that is a uniquely human condition, I suppose. Yet this idle curiosity may be the key to understanding and overcoming the stranding. What does dooms stand for? I feel like we've never gotten a proper definition of dooms, besides for something related to being able to detect/manipulate BTs. They're making it sound like an evolutionary advantage, which yeah, of course it is, because we're in this BT world now. People who can't detect it are completely at a disadvantage. But doomed sufferers are pretty far and few between, to my understanding. So even if all of us survive all this, there's no guarantee that humanity as a whole can. Tar bubbles up from the beach. Mountain Knot City. I'd heard this area was pretty inhospitable before I got here. Got your fair share of mountains, obviously. And on top of that, were all these rumors about a secret terrorist base or something. So I figured I was in for a bad time. But when me and the team got here, yeah, it was way worse than what we thought. Felt like we could get jumped any second, you know? I'll tell you what though, I couldn't believe my eyes when I saw all the tar out west. Wondered how the hell Amelie and her team made it through, but someone said it wasn't nearly as bad when they made the trip. I was sent out to take a closer look, and man, it was something else. And it hadn't been that long either. Hard to imagine all that bubbled up damn near overnight. Honestly, I felt like I was standing at the edge of the world. We don't know much about the tar, except that it wasn't around before the stranding. Same as Timefall and Corallium. There's some speculation that it might be some byproduct of the beach, and that if you could somehow retrace the flow, you'd end up there, but that's all theoretical stuff. Right now, we've got a practical problem to deal with. One of the chiral relays we built is at risk of going under any moment. We don't have the manpower to relocate it yet, but we should, once the second expedition shows up. Whether we can wait that long is another question though. Maybe you can tell them to get their asses in gear, if you get the chance. That's exactly what we're gonna do after this, right? This was written 1 year ago. The chiral relay. If the network went down... Do we know how this network works specifically? Like, are there gigantic towers somewhere that hold the entire thing in place? They've been mentioning this tar pit quite a bit. Earlier, when we got the devices for the Evo Devil biologist, all of the stuff was covered in tar. And tar is something that definitely belongs to the BT world. Because when we get caught by the BTs, that's what happens. The ground turns to tar. And they all start grabbing at me.